Benchmark, the voice of business. Presented by LMD.
On this week's edition of Benchmark, our lead story brings you the latest results of Nielsen's poll on business confidence. Then in our feature segment, we turn the spotlight on Suresh Shah, a Director and Chief Executive Officer of Lion Brewery, for his thoughts on Budget 2012. And we wrap up this edition by talking to the Managing Director of the Nielsen Company, Lanka, Shahin Khadr, about where the BCI may be headed next. That's the lineup for Benchmark this week. Hello and welcome to Benchmark. I'm Savitri Rodrigo. We start our show with results of the latest poll on business confidence from the Nielsen Company Lanka, which shows a dip in confidence in Sri Lanka's corporate corridors. While sightings of the Greece Yaka raised security concerns here in Sri Lanka, the global stage too was fraught with financial and economic uncertainties, with Uncle Sam and the EU in crisis management mode and growing predictions that another downturn is around the corner. Nielsen's Managing Director Shahin Khadr feels that companies are adopting a wait-and-see approach. Many seem to be servicing existing customers with the same products and services rather than investing in new products and services targeted at different segments. We will have more from Shahin a little bit later on in the program. The upshot of all this is that the LMD Nielsen Business Confidence Index shed 11 basis points to register 162 in September, which is, by and large, where it was 2 months ago and mirrors the barometer's average in the last 12 months. LMD columnist Samantha Amarasinghe concludes in the journal's October edition that, quote, investor appetite and improved capital inflows lead us to believe that Sri Lanka's economic rebound will be able to withstand external risks, unquote. But as India's highly regarded Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee told Reuters mid-last month, the lengthening shadow of the Eurozone crisis is a cause for concern, whilst President Barack Obama is on record urging leaders in Europe to assure the markets that they are taking responsibility for the debt crisis. Matching monetary and fiscal policies was at the core of his strongly worded message. Back to Business Confidence Index and a clear majority. 57% of the September poll's participants say that the national economy will improve in the coming 12 months, which is 5 percentage points higher than in the previous month, but less than the 6 in 10 which said so back in May. And the trend in perceptions of the medium-term outlook is no different to a month ago, when LMD concluded that the results were inconclusive. Today, 52% versus 56% in August feel that sales volumes will get better in the year ahead versus 7 in 10 in July. On the other hand, the next quarter is suddenly being viewed with extreme caution. 42% say business will stay the same in comparison to less than 30% in the preceding poll. Moving on to FDIs, whilst the big picture remains much the same as in August, the proportion of executives who now view the investment climate as being good or very good has dropped 5% to 65 of the 100 corporates interviewed by Nielsen. One respondent to the BCI survey believes that the global market, especially the US and Europe, is heading for a crisis, and the Indian and Chinese economies will also get affected. And he adds that it's quite obvious that our economy is heading towards a danger zone since our export market is dependent on these economies. Another BCIer critiques the performance of our state-owned enterprises. Quote, they're really bad. They should be more vibrant to cope with the private sector. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation and the Electricity Board are making substantial losses, unquote. The expert view, which is corroborated by Sri Lanka's macroeconomic fundamentals that the island's economic credentials and growth trajectory are looking up, would suggest that the BCI can only go in one direction in the near term, and that's up. But anything is possible. The business community may well come in for a bout of budget blues in the countdown to 15th November. We take a break for some messages from our sponsors now. When we return, we bring you an exclusive interview with Suresh Shah of Lion Brewery. So, stay with us.